Ever wondered why some days feel heavier than others, even when nothing particularly bad has happened? That's the enigma of negative energy for you. This somewhat elusive concept is often described as the build-up of unfavorable emotions, thoughts and feelings that can significantly impact our well-being. At its heart, negative energy is like a gathering storm of harmful emotional states that can cloud our thoughts and disrupt our emotional equilibrium. It's a bit like a fog that descends, making it difficult to see clearly, to think straight, or to feel positive. It's not always about what's happening around us, but rather, it's about what's happening within us. Now, you might be wondering, where does this negative energy come from? The sources are as diverse as our individual experiences. It could stem from personal experiences that have left us feeling hurt, disappointed, or misunderstood. It could be environmental factors, like a high-stress work environment or a cluttered living space that leaves us feeling overwhelmed. Or it could be interactions with others that are taxing or devoid of positivity. Yes, people can be sources of negative energy too, especially those who are critical, judgmental, or perpetually pessimistic. But let's not forget about media. In this era of information overload, we are constantly bombarded with negative news, images, and narratives that can feed into this negative energy accumulation. Think about the last time you scrolled through your social media feed or watched the news. How did you feel afterward? Chances are, if you felt heavy or anxious, that was negative energy at work. So, you see, the sources of negative energy are numerous. They're like tributaries feeding into a river, and if we're not careful, they can flood our lives, leaving us feeling drained, stressed, and out of balance. But the good news is, by recognizing these sources, we take the first crucial step toward managing this invisible burden. The sources of negative energy are numerous, but recognizing them is the first step toward managing this invisible burden. Negative energy doesn't just weigh on our minds, it impacts our bodies and our daily lives as well. Indeed, the effects of negative energy are diverse and wide-ranging. Often they manifest physically, as a constant cloud of fatigue that seems to follow us around. It's that persistent headache that refuses to go away, the muscle tension that grips us when we're under stress. These are not just random discomforts, they're the body's way of telling us that the balance is off, that something within us is not quite right. Mentally, negative energy can be even more destructive. It's the irritability that creeps up on us when we least expect it, the frustration that builds up over the smallest things, the overwhelming sense of hopelessness that occasionally blankets us. These feelings can chip away at our self-esteem, at our confidence, making it increasingly difficult to maintain a positive, optimistic outlook on life. But perhaps one of the most insidious aspects of negative energy is its cyclical nature. You see, when we're consumed by negative emotions, our behavior, our interactions, they all begin to reflect this negativity. We may snap at a loved one, procrastinate on important tasks, or withdraw from social events, and this negativity, this altered behavior, it attracts more of the same. It's a self-perpetuating cycle, one that can strain our relationships, decrease our productivity, and infuse our lives with a general sense of dissatisfaction. But while it may seem like we're trapped in this whirlpool of negativity, it's essential to remember that we're not powerless. We can break free. It requires effort, yes, and a good deal of self-awareness, but it is possible. And the first step is understanding what negative energy is, how it affects us, and how it perpetuates itself. The effects of negative energy are far-reaching, touching every aspect of our lives, but it doesn't have to remain this way. Escaping the grip of negative energy is no easy task, but with self-awareness and intention, it's entirely possible. The journey to freedom from negative energies begins with recognizing their presence in your life. This awareness is the first step towards change, and it's a step that cannot be skipped. Without it, attempts to break free may only scratch the surface, leaving the root cause untouched. But what does it mean to be self-aware? It's about tuning into your feelings, observing your thoughts, and understanding how they influence your behavior. It's about acknowledging your emotions without judgment and discerning the difference between a fleeting moment of negativity and a persistent state of negative energy. Mindfulness practices such as meditation and deep breathing exercises can be powerful tools in developing this self-awareness. These practices allow us to quiet the noise of daily life and tune into our inner world. They create a space for us to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting swept up in them. Over time, They can help us identify patterns of negativity and give us the insight needed to disrupt them. But mindfulness is just one piece of the puzzle. Lifestyle changes can also play a significant role in managing and dissipating negative energy. Regular physical activity, for instance, can help release pent-up energy and reduce stress levels. Spending time in nature, too, can have a calming effect, grounding us and providing a much-needed respite from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another crucial aspect. This could mean cultivating relationships with people who uplift and inspire you, or it could mean engaging in activities that bring you joy and satisfaction. It's about creating an environment that fosters positivity and reduces the likelihood of negative energy taking hold. In essence, breaking free from negative energy is about making conscious choices that prioritize your well-being and nurture a positive state of mind. It's about not just surviving, but thriving. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. There will be challenges along the way, but with each step forward, you'll be building resilience and fostering a deeper sense of inner peace. Taking proactive steps to manage negative energy can restore balance and cultivate a more positive, fulfilling life. In our brief journey together, we've delved into the mystery of negative energy and its impact on our well-being. We've explored how this elusive force, rooted in unfavorable emotions, thoughts and feelings, can cloud our thoughts and disrupt our emotional equilibrium. We've seen how it can stem from various sources, from high-stress environments to toxic relationships, and how it can lead to physical and mental symptoms such as fatigue, headaches, irritability, and a sense of hopelessness. We've also discussed its insidious nature, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of negativity that can strain relationships, decrease productivity, and foster dissatisfaction. But most importantly, we've seen that we hold the power to break free from this cycle. By employing mindfulness practices, engaging in physical activity, spending time in nature, and surrounding ourselves with positive influences, we can dissipate this negative energy and restore balance. Understanding negative energy is the first step. With that knowledge, we can reclaim control of our emotional equilibrium and ultimately our well-being.